You all walk a path. You walk many paths, but you only are aware of this present moment. There is much energy to be garnered for the present moment, for the work that you do. That when you connect your hearts as you are in this moment, that you do so with a clear intention, an intention to take another step on the path, and you all are. You are indeed seen. You are indeed loved. And there is much for you to gain from the simply breathing into this energy, feeling the connection, feeling the vibration of the Om as it travels out into the crystalline grid that connects the all. Om. See your intention as it travels in whatever direction your mind takes it as you move along the timeline for the creation of a future happening or for a transmuting of energy from the past. Both are available to you within this moment. Set your intention. Set the intention that all that the universe has for you is yours, that you are seen, and you are so very, very valuable. Join your intentions together and ride the tone to whatever it is you would have created within this timeline. Using the tones as a vehicle from your intention, carrying your intention, and it creates within you the vibration of the happening, meaning the frequency that you are putting out, emitting in this moment, the fun in knowing that it is a playground, it is a sandbox, and these are all toys for you to play with, and it is fun, and it is supposed to be joyful. And when you can revel in that and bring that frequency of expectation and joy and wonder and amazement into this moment, you are indeed putting yourself on the timeline that leads to all that you would experience. It is so very simple and yet so very complicated, because the human allows the reality to become a barrier. And we call you to turn away from anything within your reality. We know this is not easy, but it is the practice. It is the practice. And the more you learn to go deep within, and that when you experience the isness of whatever it is you placed in your sandbox, and you bask in the feelings of it, that is so powerful. But if you open your eyes and you look at what you call reality, and you let the programming begin to run, and the story that it tells is not the story of you being the powerful being that you are. That's the barrier. And it does require practice. And it requires practice in the doing, not for the getting, but for the being. It is the energy of that absolute knowing that all things are working out for the highest good. That when you look back at life and you look at happenings and things that at the time you would have judged as being bad and difficult and a terrible struggle, but when you look at them now, you see that all of those steps along the path are needed to bring you to the place of understanding. The struggles are only needed as long as they are needed. It is not about judging yourself or beating up on yourself for being human, for it is part of that humanity, that being drawn again and again into the reality of your life is being human, which is what you chose when you came forward. But we just remind you as often as we can that all time is now. And if you can drop into the joy, into the excitement, into the fun, the awe, the wonder, and that is the experience of this moment, you have learned the magic of life. You have learned the magic of this incarnation. You have remembered yourself back to who you really are. When one sits in the midst of the war and knows total peace, total love, they have found their way. That timeline activity that they keep coming through with, it's almost like they're giving us a recipe for energy. They're giving us games and processes and tools, because where our frequency is the answer. And we all know that. We know that. We've heard this now. This is not news to anybody. But it is so easy to get so caught up in your life, even just the mundaneness sometimes of life, that we forget to engage consciously and deliberately engage with our own frequency. Our energy body is a living, breathing thing. And when we deliberately and consciously tend to it, like we do when we do our 6-point meditation, but when we play these little games, it's like we're turning the dial on that energy field. And that is the whole object of the game. That is the whole object of the game of creation. It's the object of the game of your spiritual path, of your sensitivity to the energy and getting your own wisdom, your own nudges, your clarity. It is the answer. It's what they keep bringing us to for practice.